Hey y'all. So today I thought I would do a bit of a chill kind of chit chat kind of video. I thought I would talk a little bit about the things that I've learned since cutting my hair while eating some hybrid candy. So I saw these Fruit Loop gummies and I was very much intrigued by the fact that it was Fruit Loop flavored candy. And I mean, I like Fruit Loops, the cereal, so I figured this could be fun to try these out. And along with the Fruit Loop candy, I have Skittles gummies. So these are another, I guess you could say hybrid candy because they're Skittles, but they're gummies that I thought would be interesting to try out while I chat with ya. So, do they have flavors on both? I imagine that with the Fruit Loop ones, they just taste like what the different rings taste like when it comes to the cereal. But for the Skittles, there's berry punch, melon berry, strawberry, wild cherry, and raspberry. So I'm excited to try these. So yeah, like I said, I want to just talk a little bit about like the things that I've learned and realized since cutting my hair, because it's I would say it's important for me to just reflect, and I thought it would be fun to share with you guys how I've been feeling about it and things that I've like come to realize since doing it, and sharing with you guys, since sharing with you guys the official cutting of my hair. And yeah, so let me open this and we'll get chatting. Okay, for some reason, you know what I realized? I've come to a realization. So yes, it smells like the cereal, but it also smells like neroli. And remember that time, I'll link the video where I said that, I think it was, yes, Amalfi Sunray smells like Fruit Loops to me. And Amalfi Sunray smells like a neroli scent, even though neroli's not listed. That is so interesting. Yeah, I always I don't think I've ever noticed how much it smelled like neroli when I've eaten the cereal, but these definitely smell like neroli, which is hilarious. Okay, so let me taste the green ones first. So I know the cat hair wasn't in the bag now. I know that was Mina. Okay, so, that's so funny. It literally tastes like the cereal. Dude, this really tastes like neroli. And so it's like citrusy, but kind of floral. Weird. But kind of tastes creamy too. Interesting. So yes, so I've got my notes here. So the first thing that I've learned since buzz cutting my hair is how easy it is to edit my thumbnails now. We can start off with that. So before I cut my hair, I had my hair in like the coily style that I had for a while, which was fine. I have no problems editing, I would say highly textured hair, but oh my gosh, since cutting my hair, it's been so easy. Like, to be quite honest, I think sometimes I would kind of like dread the thumbnail editing process. Not that my hair was ever a problem, but sometimes I'm kind of like, let me say I'm like a reformed perfectionist. So like, I knew that I would have to edit it in a way that was suitable for me and what I thought would be good enough quality. So oftentimes, and back then, I would be like very much like, not dreading may be the right word, because it would be like, oh, I gotta edit it, but not in any way trying to say that I'm the problem in terms of my hair being the problem. But anyway, like I was saying, since cutting my hair, it's just like all done, and I like that. It's just been so easy, and I like efficiency. I really do. So that is a win for me. So next up, I would say that having my hair in this particular style, I pretty much feel like I wear it as like a badge of empowerment, and it really just represents the confidence that I have in myself now. I feel like it's almost like a chain reaction kind of thing, because I have a close friend of mine who had cut her hair at one point, and I thought it looked so good and it suited her so well, and it was something that I hoped to feel confident one day being able to do, but that was something that I had to work on my own. So when I did get to the place of feeling confident enough in myself to go ahead and do something that I've been wanting to do, it was just a natural, it was a natural occurrence for me to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it totally. I'm just gonna do it. And I feel like the cutting of the hair didn't, I guess, come before the confidence. I feel like the confidence for me personally, had to come before the cutting. But I will say that cutting my hair has definitely fed my confidence. And I feel like it's also helped others that I've encountered feel more confident about perhaps cutting their own hair, which is awesome, because it's a cycle of just empowering people to know that they can cut their hair and it's okay. And yeah, so that's been pretty cool. I never really thought like that what I was able to get from someone else in terms of seeing someone else. Well, actually, I guess at the time I didn't realize that. I guess I didn't think at the time that I would be what someone else was for me in regards to being a representation of what it is that I wanted to do and what I wanted to be, and have that in like such close proximity to me. So that was pretty cool that now I've witnessed myself being that for other people and actually owning it, and it feels pretty damn good. I want to move on to the Skittles gummies. I like the Fruit Loop cereal, but they all taste the same so far, by the way. The Fruit Loop cereal is just kind of like a melange of like neroli, creamy-ish stuff. And it's kind of weird, but not super weird. It's kind of like, because it tastes like the cereal, but the texture is not crunchy. So there's that. But I do like them. But I want to move on to the Skittles now. And they say sharing size. Y'all cute. I can smell berryness. Okay. Oh, they're, I guess, I mean, even though the illustration kind of alludes to them being translucent, I was not really expecting that. So yeah. Okay. Oh, well, yeah, translucent, transparent. Okay, so this is what now? Melonberry. This reminds me of a fruit, but one that I don't have often. Like a tropical fruit that I don't have often. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen, but it tastes so familiar. I'll figure it out. Okay, so the next thing that I realized is how good looking I am. And not just even just like good looking in terms of like physically, but genuinely attractive. So I'm talking not even exclusively the physical, but I'm talking about the energy behind the look. And I feel like, because going back to that confidence thing, I feel like I just ate that one like a snake without like chewing it. But basically, going back to the confidence thing, I feel like it's kind of the all-encompassing vibe of like knowing how attractive I am and owning how attractive I am, because at one point I felt relatively dependent on how my hair looked in order to feel like I was good enough, I suppose you could say. And also just in general, not really feeling like good enough or attractive, even if people were to say it to me. Because it's kind of like people can say anything to you, but if it's really up to you whether you believe it or not. And I feel like I just didn't have that inside of me for a while, where I genuinely felt attractive. And I feel like since cutting my hair, it's been kind of like allowed me to actually like look at myself and to see myself, and not just see myself in the sense of like looking in the mirror and seeing my reflection back and seeing that as beautiful, but just genuinely seeing all of the effort behind where I am now and being very proud of myself for that, and just like, I guess, celebrating everything that means to me. So yeah, that is pretty dang cool if you ask me. So another great thing about since cutting my hair is how easy and low maintenance it is for me. Now, I feel like I've always been pretty low maintenance when it comes to my hair, because even though I've always been into hair, always been into styling hair, always enjoyed styling hair, and perhaps in the past spent a lot of time on my hair, styling my hair myself, in ways that other people would prefer to outsource, I guess you could say. So in some ways, even though I felt like it was low maintenance, because the way I would style my hair, I would just like dedicate time to doing it, and it would be kind of like therapeutic, as well as just like, it was very much important for me to make sure that my hair looked right. But even when I had cut my hair like into the tapered cut, that was a lot easier for me to style. But gradually, even with like trims and all that, I was like, this is still too much hair. And even when it was shorter and shorter, I was like, this is still too much hair, because I felt like the actual goal was just cutting it all off. But I wasn't there yet where I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. But seriously, this has been so easy for me to do. I guess technically I have like, I guess what would be considered a wave cut or brush cut, because of the length that I have my hair cut at. But I really I'm not like a waver in any sense of the word. I feel like even being a waver is way too much effort for the lifestyle that I live and want to live. So I don't pressure myself to wear the do-rag every night, and I don't pressure myself to like brush my hair to oblivion. I'm more of like, I trust that keeping my regimen simple is best for me, and it has worked very well for me. Like I don't like a bunch of things around me, right? And I don't like a bunch of things on my head either. Both literally and what's the opposite of literally? Metaphorically. So when it comes to like even just wearing the do-rags, I don't put it on too tight. I just don't be into that. I just want peace, man. I just want peace. And I know I'm not gonna be the one causing me any stress. So basically, I just keep it chill, keep it low key. I cut my hair when I feel like, okay, yeah, I want to cut my hair. Like, I don't feel any sort of pressure to like cut it every 2 days. I don't feel pressure to cut it at any specific time. It's literally whenever I feel like it, because I've already decided that I look good with whatever I do. So I'm not putting any sort of like constraints or parameters to how this thing is gonna look for me. I just do whatever feels right and whatever I wanna do. And it works out very well for me. And showering, oh my gosh, washing my hair is so fun. And I love the fact that I can just like, if like I've gone to the gym and I've been particularly sweaty, but I don't necessarily wanna do a full wash of my hair, just rinsing it out and getting the sweat out and calling it a night is so freeing. It is so freeing. And I still use shampoo and conditioner, and I still do treatment masks and all that. That's still important, because I mean, I still have hair on my head, but it just feels so liberating to just, it's just so fast. It's just so quick. I love it. I love it. So another thing that I learned about myself since cutting my hair is how much I actually do genuinely trust myself and trust the desires that I have, and knowing that my desires are coming from a place of, well, they're coming from a good place, let's put it that way. So like, when I was first truly considering like cutting my hair, I don't think I was like, I was like, how do I put this? It was kind of like I had to find the trust in me. I had to find the belief in myself that not only would I look good with my hair cut as short as I wanted to cut it, but that I would be capable of doing it myself, because the goal was to be able to cut it myself as well as maintain it at home on my own. And, you know, it did help a lot to see images of women with like buzz cuts and brush cuts and wavers and see all of that, because it helped fuel my desire in the sense of seeing it in front of me helped. And I think there were periods of time where my insecurities about actually going forth with it were being like reflected back to me through people saying like I shouldn't do it, or like showing their disapproval for like buzz cuts on women. And just like there was a lot of like feedback from people I care about that I realized was simply just all of my fears about doing it just being reflected back to me, because at the time I was still not sure if it was the right thing for me to do. And then, like I mentioned when I was talking about the confidence, once I really started to realize again that like my desires aren't placed, I don't experience these desires for no reason. And it's not like it's something that I can't attain. Once I started to realize that my desires are attainable, I started to like feel a lot more confident in myself and be like, yeah, I could totally do this. Like, duh. Like, I know what I'm doing. I'm capable of doing this. And once it was done, I was like, yeah, it's over. It's over. And I feel like I sometimes look whenever I like, my hair is now like just, I don't even think about it anymore, to be honest. Like think about it in the sense of like worry or doubt. That's like long gone. But I think for me, it's like, it's a reminder of how much I can actually trust myself. And that's pretty cool, because it's like, it's awesome to have, it's awesome for me to be able to look at me and build my confidence in myself and trust in my abilities and myself in general, simply by looking at what I've done and accomplished. So that's pretty cool too. I don't feel like these taste like Skittles, but I will say the flavor is a lot more subtle than like Skittles. Like the color of them, how they're kind of transparent, is kind of how the flavor is kind of like transparent. Still good, but yeah. Okay, so next up, something that I've realized is my overall femininity and I would say sexiness has been totally enhanced, which may seem like, is paradox the right word? I think that's what I mean to say, because it's like something that is considered perhaps masculine. How could that help me feel more feminine? But it really does. And I think it has to do with not only the knowing of how like beautiful I am, but the energy behind it. Again, that's really what it comes down to. And it's just like, I feel like, well, also with the particular way that I cut my hair too, helps it not lean to more of that typical masculine cut, which is not me at all. I knew I wanted to have a style where I could still style my edges if I want to. I don't always. It really just depends on if I feel like doing it. But like, I feel like it's just like a way for me to highlight my facial features. And I feel like also just my entire body in general, like, because not that hair is necessarily a distraction, but I feel like there's nothing really for me to hide behind. And personally, I feel like I've just felt more sexy and more like in tune with myself since cutting my hair, in the sense of knowing that my femininity is actually really not dependent on my hairstyle. It really isn't. And how sexy I am, and how all those things don't depend on how my hair looks. But having it styled up very cute does help. Okay, so last thing is that since getting a buzz cut, I still feel like myself, but I feel like a more enhanced version of myself. And that feels really good, because it's like, yes, of course, I've always been me, but I've always felt like, not that something was necessarily missing, but I knew there was a certain way that I wanted to look and like show up in this physical body. And I feel like now that I'm like embodying that, I feel like myself, and I feel like this just feels right. And like, I never once questioned it. Like, even when I got my piercing, it's like, I never once questioned it, because I was so sure that this was right for me. And like, I think it all comes down to like trusting my desires, and trusting that the vision I had for myself is not only attainable, but it's something that I would enjoy. And I genuinely do. Like, I really do. And I feel like it's pretty cool to just be able to show up in the world in the fullest expression of myself, and help other people like see what's possible for them in terms of their self-expression, even if it's simple and subtle and not dramatic. But yeah, I feel like that's a pretty cool thing to be a part of. 2 at a time. Yeah. So yes, so that's all I have to share with you guys today. I know this was a bit of a different video, but I thought it was important. So hopefully you benefited from this in some way. If you liked it, like it. If you want to subscribe. If you want to support me even more, you can buy me a bubble tea. All that info is down in the description box. So thank you as always for watching. I do appreciate you, and I will see you later. Bye. Kisses. Muffin kisses. Muffin kisses. Muffin. Muffin kiss mama. Hey. How do I get more of my head? So if the camera moves up, let's try. Uh-oh. Nom, nom, nom.